And the way this program works here, and I'll just go through your questions at the top there. So what happens is you feed a bunch of letters, I guess, and the function determines if the correct word we are looking for exists within the scrambled word. Now, I'm not sure where this code came from because, I mean, it could be correct, it could be incorrect, but it does work. It will find the letters in there, and if it, I'll just demonstrate. I'll comment this out. So if I have TAC, for example, it will say cat. If I have TAAC, it will also say cat, and if I put in some XYZs in there, it will also say cat. So it does look for it. If I just have the letter C, it says not today. So I can't find the A or the T. Now the way that it works, is that what it does is the mixed function accepts a scrambled word and a correct word. And we start I at 0. So while I is less than the length of correct, so the length of correct in this case will be 3. So while I is less than 3, if the scrambled dot find, and this is what it's looking for. Now, what I think that you might have been confused by is it's looking at the first letter of this and seeing if it's the first letter of that. Or if it's looking at the first letter of this and seeing if it's in this. It's not. What it's looking at is the first letter of the correct one. So I starts off at 0, so I0, or correct 0, is C. And then it says, if scrambled, so remember it works from the inside out, so we need to find out what this is first. So it's going to be C the first time. Now scrambled.find, C will be 0, 1, 2, okay, because that's where C occurs in this scrambled string. So it's not going to be equal to -1. -1 only shows up if it's not found. So that statement is not true, so it doesn't return not today. I is increased, and we go back up because I is still less than 3. Then we go if scrambled.find correct I, so we find what correct I is. I is now equal to 1, so correct 1 is A, and this will be 0, which means it's not equal to -1, so that's not true. So we go into the next one. I equals I plus 1, so I is now equal to 2. If scrambled.find correct 2 is T. So if it's found in there, it will be 0, 1, 2. Sorry, no, it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is not -1, so it's done. I equals 3. I is now not less than the length of correct, so I is now equal to the length of correct, which means we exit this while loop and we return correct. Now what we could do is return a string that says the word exists within the scrambled string, okay, so which might make it a bit better. The word exists within the scrambled string. But if I take the letter T out, when it gets up to that third I, so I equals 2, if scrambled.find, what's going to happen is it's going to be -1 because T doesn't exist in there, and so this statement will be true, and then it will return not today. So what happens is, remember, it works from the inside out, so mixed in that case will be a string with the value of not today, and that's what it will print. But if I put that T back in there, mixed will return a value of the word exists within the scrambled string, and then it will print it out, which is what's happening down the bottom there. Now to see what it's actually looking for and why it doesn't just spit it out, so say if I do this here, why it doesn't just fail on the very first one, you've got to look at what it's looking for. So I put this little line here, print now, searching for, to actually tell it, show us what it's searching for. That's what it's searching for there. And so I put it in here. Searching for C, it must have found a C. Searching for A, it's found an A. Searching for T, it's found a T. And then the word exists within the scrambled string. So I can put longer ones in here. So if I put cat D, it says it. But if I put cat Z, not today. And you see it passes all of those tests, but when it gets up to searching for the Z, that's when it fails, because it can't actually find it. If I put the Z here, you'll see searching for C, it must pass, searching for A, it must pass, searching for Z, not today.